Now we have the Canon 5D Mark III and the Sony Alpha A7s, and we're going to do some comparison tests. At the moment we put both 24-70 lenses on either one. Canon has its own 24-70 f2.8 with the L series lens, and we've changed it to the aperture 4, and the Sony has a Zeiss lens on it, which is also at f4. The white balance on both were kept on tungsten, and ISO was at 800. Both were set on 25 frames, and on the Sony you can see that there is like frame jumping. There's some lines on it, if you can notice. We did change it afterwards when we just moved the shutter, and that did get sorted out afterwards. The lenses were 24-70 on the Blackmagic or Canon lens on there. Sony had its own 24-70 Zeiss lens. We kept the apertures both similar at f4, ISO both as well, same at 800. However, you can see the Sony has much more color and it's also much more sharper, brighter than the Blackmagic. But again, this is ungraded. Once we graded them together, it was almost very similar. Alright, we got the Canon 5D Mark III using a 24-70 lens, and it's at f2.8, and I pumped the ISO up to the maximum, which is 12,800 on the standard right now. And we're on the beach here in Jumeirah. You can't really see much. You can just see some people in the end there, and a little bit of the beach. Pretty boring, pretty standard. If I put my phone here in front, you can see my phone. You can probably see a little bit more now, but that's about it. Alright, so now I'm using the Sony Alpha A7s, and I'm gonna compare it to the Canon 5D Mark III, which I've just used before. Pretty much same. We use this 24-70 lens here. The f4 here was, well, the maximum we can really go down to compared to the 2.8 on the Canon. And we put the same ISO as 12,800, and now we're gonna have some fun and push the ISO up and see what we can see, because this right now is exactly what we see in the Canon. Alright, now we're at 20,000 ISO and pushing more up. This is 40,000 ISO. You can see a lot of noise right now, but yeah, it's amazing. And now we're going to 80,000 ISO, which is crazy. Right now I'm trying to focus, if I can see if I can get the focus in there. 80,000 ISO, yeah, it's quite noisy right now. 128,000 ISO, and then you're going further, 256,000 ISO, and it's like daylight. And then you push it more up. It's super noisy, but this is 409,600 ISO. Yeah, you can see how many people are on the beach, which if you're walking here in this dark, you'll never notice them. And I won't believe how many people are right now on the beach. Let's try to zoom in and see. There's some guy here in his boxes, off to swim now. It's crazy. Amazing ISO though. Very noisy. Let's drop it back down again to a reasonable one like this, 80,000 ISO. And then drop it a little bit further down to 20,000 ISO. Still amazing though. The overall feedback and results from testing the Sony Alpha A7s is that it's a fantastic camera. It's light, It's good for short videos and for upcoming filmmakers that want to upgrade from a Canon 5D Mark III. The price is very reasonable for the quality and value that you get out of that. What I'd like to see changed is probably the recording button, which doesn't make sense where it's positioned at the moment, and also maybe a direct power line, because the battery doesn't last too long.